Hello, my name is Andrew Schlegel. I'll be your instructor for the CS330 networking course. Generally, I'll be coming into, this is my shell, and it might look a little different than yours because this is the instructors and I have the edit mode on, but what I'll be doing is coming in here into the announcements sections, and I'll create announcements and post these announcements to you guys. Generally, what you're going to see here is whatever relevant information you need to know at the time, and also I'll post, there's videos, so the video lecture is going to be in here. Basically, my video lectures are going to be screenshots like this of us doing labs, GNS3, or PowerPoint slides to cover and explain the topics that we're covering in the reading. So after announcements here, you can look at course information. Under course information, there's a syllabus, the course schedule, and resources. I put both the ODT and the doc up here, so let's go ahead and take a quick look. You can download this syllabus. Take a look at the syllabus. I put some info about me up here in the beginning. This is CS330, Network Communications Basics. Here's a little information about me. After serving in the military in Germany, I returned to college. I earned a bachelor's in electrical and computer engineering and a master of science in electrical engineering, and concentrated on RF and wireless networks. I have over 15 years experience in information technology as a network engineer with defense contractors. I've installed and configured and maintained wireless WANs over satellites, wireless LANs, wireless networks for the military contractor, and foreign militaries. I've done projects in Japan, Europe, Austria, Brazil, just all over the world. I currently teach courses here in Seattle at DeVry University and at the City University of Seattle. And additionally, I have a consultant business. I offer companies upgrades, installation, optimization of wireless networks to include a host of security options such as penetration detection, testing, and prevention. I'm really excited and eager to be teaching this course. I'm sure we're all going to learn a lot together. These are some current certifications that I hold. I've had like CompTIA and things of that nature that have expired. You really got to plan out your certifications as you go through your career, because a lot of them only last 2 or 3 years. They expire. You can end up spending a lot of money on certifications that expire. Here's the course description. This course addresses the OSI and the IP networking models, understanding network protocols, in-depth layer of 1 and 2 protocols, including LAN and wireless networks. And also we're going to be doing some labs on the Cisco equipment on the GNS3. So I think what you're going to see is this is basically the information you would see in a CCNA exam or the CompTIA network exam. It's similar. There's a little more here, but there's some missing too. So we'll discuss those points as we go through. If you do have those certifications, you may want to take them. If you don't have them, you may want to take them. If you already have them, then this will be a great review for you and me too. Okay, so you can read the learning goals here, the outcomes. I'm not going to read this entire syllabus to you. You can read it. And in general, that's how I'm going to work the course. I'm not going to read everything to you, but I do plan to make a lecture every week and video record at least 1 a week, maybe 2 if I have enough time or the need calls for it. So, yeah, let's continue. So we're going to do this course. The learners examine implementation and effectiveness of the data link layer protocols. Protocols including access devices, hubs, switches, VLANs. We're going to be included all that in the labs. So some of the material you're not going to see that you would see on the CCNA would be configuring Cisco routers. We may do a little bit of that if we have time on the GNS3 just as demos. But basically what you're going to see is up to switches only, up to the layer 2. But you're going to be including some wireless, which you would not see in the CCNA route and switch exam. So it's kind of give and take a little. Defend how layers are used in network models to simplify design, compare and contrast the use of different network physical media. Okay, here's the core concepts and knowledge. Uh, I'm not going to go through all of this, but again, you see the point-to-point protocol, protocols, cabling, PPP, OSI, IP models, Ethernet solutions, fiber. Fiber is important because one thing about fiber optics, it's like you never really use it when you're studying and preparing for labs very often, but then they always ask you fiber optic questions for interviews, so you need to be somewhat familiar with fiber optics. We're going to go through the forward error correction. This is all stuff you'll see on CCNA, CRC, BSC, common transmission media, how switches forward packets in a network. Big topic on CCNA exams. Spread spectrum signals. Now, you're not going to see that on CCNA unless you start looking at the wireless or wireless certifications. Describe the function of repeater and bridging hubs. Collision detection. You're going to see that on the CCNA. And you can go ahead and look through the rest of these. Please read through all of these because I think it's a good idea to have an overview. Now, you may say, if I'm wanting to start off getting a CCNA, why do I need wireless? And I'll tell you what you need to get into the job industry these days is there is a shortage of skilled workers in the industry, but at the same time, if you go in route and switch, there's a lot of experts out there that have been doing that for 15 or 20 years, and it's hard to get your foot in the door when you're dealing with people holding CCIEs, CCNPs, and routing and switching, and they've been doing it for 15 years. But the good news is, there's a lot of Juniper, a lot of wireless, a lot of voice, a lot of security. These things are kind of new, and some of those people may or may not be experts in those disciplines. So it's a foot in the door if you start learning these things, and I believe wireless is a great foot in the door because in general, network engineers just don't understand all the RF and all the RF background needed to correctly deploy wireless networks. So I think that's a great addition to this course. And I think it's really going to give you a leg up as you start getting out. And once you get your degree and you get out looking for the job, is it possible to get a job before you finish your degree? Most certainly. Especially if you go and take these, CCNA wireless, CCNA route and switching exams, Juniper, things like that, and get some of these certifications, then you could probably start working before you even graduate. Okay. So anyway, overview of the course grading. This is pretty straightforward. There's a wireless lab, a VLAN lab, LAN layout, sniffer lab. Probably we'll use Wireshark here. We might use Wireshark for the wireless sniffer lab too. We might take a look at that. Okay, finite state machine. So basically, like I said, you do the reading material, the discussions, and then we'll cover the material on a PowerPoint slides or some lab demos I'll do on GNS3 or the real lab here. I'll go ahead and put those up for you. You can take a look at it. It'll help you complete the process. So these are basically how your grades come, and it's pretty simple on the discussions. Just participate. Just write something that gets people thinking, shows you're thinking. I'm not really looking for right or wrong as much as we're in a learning environment, as much as you're making a good effort on here. Okay. So I'll provide the grading rubrics in more detail. Okay, then you can go through and start looking about the specifics of each one of the labs. I'm not going to go into that at this time. All right, so then you want to come into your course modules here. I'm sure you guys have done this before, but just to say we did, we'll go ahead and cover it. You just click on this link here, Module 1. This is going to be for your first week. Here's your readings. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out, in general, what I'm going to do is pull out relevant information and make up PowerPoint slides to discuss this. It's probably not going to be enough in the lectures and presentations to get you through without reading the material, so please read the material, okay? So that's pretty much it. Then you just go to the discussion board. Post your discussions. I'm sure you guys all know how to do that. Yeah, I've seen you do it before already, so. And that's about it for this video. You can email me, or I guess if it turns out you need my phone number, I can give up my phone number, but for now I'm not going to give it out. So on the next video, we're going to take a look at downloading GNS3 and getting that going. Okay, so let me know if you have any problems. Like this, a part of this is just an introductory, just to see how my audio is doing, how the video is doing. Is everything clear on the screen? I've used this software and these microphones before. Like I said, I do teach other courses, and I've taught online courses and in-class courses. So, this system has worked for me before, but if you're seeing any kind of problem with it, please let me know. Okay, great. Thanks a lot. I enjoy your attention, and on the next video, we're going to get started with GNS3. Thanks.